Hello, friends. It's the Cinemondo podcast. You guys like horror films?
Horror, yes.
This is a franchise that's been very successful. You know, the first film was a big hit back in 2000 called Final Destination. Then there were four sequels over the course of the last 20 years. And then the brand new one, the sixth one called Final Destination Bloodlines, is coming out in May. So May 16th. And this one's directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein. And I think, Kathy, you did a teaser for this a little while ago, right?
I did a trailer reaction, like a teaser reaction. You guys we'll put a link to it so you can see. The teaser is spectacular because it's kind of one of those teasers that I love, that it's just one contained scene. And then they go, okay, come see the movie. And you're like, holy shit, amazing. So they did a great job. And it was one of those where they have an incredible song that plays over the trailer that seems completely wrong, but it's so right when they do that.
Right.
So definitely check out the teaser. And I think hopefully this trailer will also not just be a clip trailer, but also maybe one of those one scene movie things that I love. So we'll see.
These movies have always been interesting to me. They're always complicated. They're horror films and they're sort of like, you know, pick off the victim kind of films. But the idea is, you know, I don't even know if we should talk about it, but if it's a spoiler or whatever, but you know, it's the first one kind of freaked me out because I love to travel and I love to get in the airplane and fly and go to places, you know, and I always like to not have to worry about anything, you know.
But you do
go wrong.
But this one, that first film, the scene opens up and all these guys, friends are ready to get on a plane to go to Europe or whatever they're going. And then I forgot what happened. He's let off the plane, or he has to get off for some reason.
Well, no, he gets a premonition. He's like, we got to get off this plane. It's going to crash.
Oh, that's right.
What? So he tries to convince some people to believe in it. And then the plane takes off and crashes. So everyone dies. But the trick is, if you escape death, that was his time. They were supposed to die. That death will find you. And they kill you in a weird way. Because it's a Rube Goldberg kind of, one little thing leads to another little thing. And it's this kind of random death scene. But it's so stressful because they set it up so that you think what's going to happen is going to be the death scene, but it's not, and it kind of rolls into another scene that you're like, oh god, that's what it was. So they're really ingenious. I think it's a really fun idea because it's not really a killer, it's just death itself. So you're trying to avoid it. How do you avoid death if he's coming to get you?
So let's take a look at the trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines.
It's going to be so stressful.
Yeah, I know. I don't like to be scared of traveling. All right, here we go. Quiet.
Drinks all around.
Everything seems like something.
That's no good.
I love it.
Oh god.
Family. You don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
I always knew this day would come.
I got it.
Big
I don't
Jenga.
think you got it.
Yeah.
Beer.
I held him off for years.
Charlie, get up here.
He's a relentless son of a bitch. Won't stop till he finishes the job. Death is coming for our family.
I said, oh.
Grandma, what's happening to us? Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do.
Oh,
I saved a lot of lives that night.
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor!
Lives that were never meant to be saved. But death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans. This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe. It all
started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist. Watch out!
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Maybe death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Oh. No, he's gonna die.
Good luck.
See, if you watch the teaser, you'll see that guy that looks like he got hit by a truck doesn't die that way.
Oh,
Yes, he dies another way, which is even more crazy. Yes.
It's very creative stuff. I love the creativity of it, and sort of like oh my God, like a rake can really hurt you. You know, if it's in this movie, anything like that is going to hurt you.
Combination with a lawnmower.
And the setup thing where you see the piece of ice and piece of glass and the ice, and your mind is taking you forward, and you see the rake underneath the trampoline, and you're like, oh my God, you almost don't even have to see anything happen, but it doesn't happen exactly like you think it's going to happen. Like Kathy was saying, it's like somebody's not going to just fall on that rake and that's it. Right. There's got to be some kind of something that happens and then this happens, and then that's
so many hazards.
That's how death works, right? It
actually just leads to another hazard that's worse.
I like the fact that they kind of go back to maybe the 60s or whatever. And on top of that, sort of like what it looks like the Space Needle in Seattle.
Looks like the Space Needle.
Yeah.
Oh, the idea of that falling, which it seems like that's one of those where you're like, that just should not work. And then when they show you, it doesn't work, you're like, that's what's gonna happen.
Well, that's your thought when you go into places like that. I mean, I've been in the Space Needle, and my mind always takes me there. Like, what if this collapsed? What if it fell down? Like every time I rode a roller coaster when I was a kid, I remember thinking, if that little thing, that little screw down there came out,
straight to taking that turn. It just doesn't seem good. But I love this because I like the sense of humor about it. Like I like it messing with us a little bit. Like you said, it shows you the little things, things falling down, and then that's there and what over there, and then they're just messing with you. And then they, but there's always like a little bit of a wink. They're having fun in these movies. I don't find them like, oh my God, so disturbing, but they do hit you in the, oh my God, I don't want to see this, but you can tell they're having fun.
But it's disturbing to the characters in the movie, which makes
of course it is. They're not having fun at
all. When she says like, my God, we're not meant to be, our family's not meant to be here because something happened 50, 60 years ago. That's kind of like an intense thing, as a character, oh my God, we're not supposed to be here.
It just picked that one day at the barbecue to get them all, I guess, right?
Yeah. It's like, let's just get them all. Even though I don't think a rake, if you fell on the rake, it would hurt a lot. It probably wouldn't kill you, though.
Yeah, you step on a piece of glass, it would not hurt you, but it might make you fall down so that the lawnmower can then jump up. And
the barbecue
the barbecue explodes.
There's some kind of shish kebab issue, there's something going on.
Something turned on the hose, and the hose started filling up the trash can with water.
Thing hit the button on the hose thing, and it turned on.
I know.
So
that was hilarious. I loved it. It would be fun just to design those stunts. Like, how should we kill these people? Well, let's have this happen and this happen. I wonder how they build it out. They're like, let's have a guy get run over by a lawnmower. How are we going to get there?
They probably go into an actual backyard. They probably went into the backyard and said, now what could we have? Let's look around. What could happen?
It's like an offshoot of those videos where the guys, like that band at OK Go, just do this kind of stuff that and it goes on forever. They're impressive to watch. You go, my God, how does that work? So sort of taking that and turning it very dangerous and violent,
We have a teaser poster that is a lead in to the teaser trailer that I talked about, which is basically the guy with the piercing. You can kind of see the piercing, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, right.
So he is doing a tattoo in a tattoo parlor, and it's we have the Rube Goldberg thing happen where eventually he gets his nose ring gets caught in a little chain that was part of the ceiling fan, and he's starting to get wrapped up and pulled up to the fan.
Yeah, ceiling fan death, man.
Ceiling fans are a big thing now.
Is it? Yeah.
Scenes. I don't know,
but that poster matches the other posters too. They've all had a skull in them, right?
Yeah.
And they all had a big old skull.
Yeah, I love that. It's so good. So this is a guilty pleasure for me because I just love a smart series of horror films like this. A franchise that actually has to really bring something different because you're not really relying on a killer per se. You're relying on mechanisms to get to a really unique, crazy death scene because it has to be crazy because they were supposed to die easily before, and now he's got to pull shit off to make it happen.
And also those big set pieces too that they have.
Yeah.
Like there's the one episode, I can't remember which one it was, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 or something, where they have the bridge, you know, the big scene on the bridge that you can go YouTube and see that whole sequence. And then this one has the Space Needle kind of thing that's collapsing. So they do these big, you know, these big set pieces. That almost like a disaster movie kind of feel.
And
to
this
them.
one's going to be an IMAX, so it's a big screen experience. You know, it's not going to be.
Imagine this in 3D; it would be impossible to watch. You'd be like, "Oh, that glass! Oh no!"
Yeah, you have to wear eye protection.
I know,
but it looks fun. Coming out
really fun.
May 16th. Tony Todd's final, I'm guessing, final appearance in the film. He passed away in November. See him shortly in the clip. So. Final Destination Bloodlines coming.
Gonna see it.
A big spring movie.
Yay.
Looks pretty cool. It looks like one of those, like Kathy was saying, fun horror films.
Fun horror films, not too serious. Hey, you know.
It does look fun. Okay.
Yeah.
See you later. See
Bye.
you
Bye,
soon.
everybody.